everyone, it's Erica. Welcome back to Maniacal Reader. Today I'm doing my March T.B.R. Today is March 13th, so we're already a couple of weeks into the month, but I wanted to do a T.B.R. anyway. One of the books that I'm going to be reading this month is Anything You Can Do by R.S. Gray. This is a new adult romance book and it's a standalone. This book follows a girl who has always been enemies with this guy named Lucas Thatcher. As a teenager, these two were always enemies and they were always trying to one-up each other. It's been a decade since the main character has seen Lucas Thatcher, and he is a doctor at a hospital, but she is also a doctor. Lucas and the main character are competing in the workplace, and they've always been competitive towards each other, but Lucas has changed tactics. He wants to use sexual warfare against the main character. So it turns out these two characters have always been rivals, but it seems their rivalry could turn into a relationship. I'm looking forward to this book. This sounds like a fun book to read, and it'll definitely be an interesting relationship dynamic for sure. I'm reading this book this month because I belong to a Goodreads group called New Adulting Central. It's a book club that centers around new adult, and it was created by Carol over at the Reading Wallflower. I'll put a link to her channel down below, as well as her announcement video, and I'll also put a link to the Goodreads group down below in case you guys want to join the group. If you do like new adult, or if you're new to the genre and don't really know what books to pick up, I suggest you join this group since I like Carol's channel and we seem to have a similar taste in books when it comes to new adult, so I look forward to being a part of this group, and this book definitely sounds interesting, so I'm looking forward to getting to it. The rest of this month, I'm actually going to be rereading a series, and that's the Addicted series by Christiane Becker-Ritchie. This is a new adult romance series. I've mentioned this series many times on my channel, and it's one of my favorite series of all time. I'm rereading this series with Carol over at the Reading Wallflower, and the main reason why we are both rereading this series is because not only do we love this series a lot, but we also would like to prepare ourselves for the release of Damaged Like Us. Damaged Like Us is the first book in a spin-off series of the Addicted series, and it follows the children of the characters in the Addicted series. For those of you who don't know what this series is about, the main series is the Addicted series, and there's 10 books in this series and 3 couples. The first couple is Lily and Lo. Lily is addicted to sex while Lo is addicted to booze. And Lily and Lo have been friends since they were kids, but when they moved on to college, they decided to move in together and pretend to have a fake relationship with each other so that they could continue their addictive lifestyles and hide their addictions from their family and friends. Over time though, in the first book, their friendship develops into something more. The first book is Addicted to You. I loved the ups and downs of their relationship, and this first book does a good job of introducing them. Lily and Lo are my favorite couple in this series. The second book is Ricochet. The third book is Addicted for Now. The fourth book is Kiss the Sky. And this book is actually the first book in the Calloway Sisters series. And the Calloway Sisters series follows the other couples in this series, who are Rose and Connor and Daisy and Reich. Kiss the Sky is the first book that follows Rose and Connor's POVs, though. The fifth book in this series is Hothouse Flower, and this book follows Daisy and Reich's romance. The next book I want to read is Thrive. This is the sixth book in the Addicted series, and it continues Lily and Lo's story. The next book I want to reread is Addicted After All, and this is the book that concludes Lily and Lo's story. This is one of my favorite books in the series. I really enjoyed it when I read it the first time, so I'm looking forward to reading it again. The next book I want to read is Fuel the Fire. This is the next book in the series, and this book follows Rose and Connor's points of view. The next book I want to reread is Long Way Down. This is the second last book in the series, and it effectively concludes the series. And the last book I want to read this month is Some Kind of Perfect. I loved this book when I read it, and it was such a good conclusion to the series. This is actually the epilogue novel. of the series. I'm not sure if I'll get a chance to read all of the Addicted series books, but I'll definitely try. This is one of my favorite series of all time, so I'm really looking forward to getting back into this series and loving all of these characters again. This is really a terrific series and one that you should definitely read if you're interested in new adult. Those are all of the books that I want to read in March. Comment down below and tell me what you're reading this month. I'd love to know. I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye!